I'm Turk Strawman at Thuranki Ramacharakam. Thank you for selecting this video. A brief introduction to my high order thinking and mystical narrative series of videos in the playlist called High Order Thinking and Mystical Narrative. Before I continue, activate the notification bell feature while you're subscribing to this channel. Share the joy of the channel with others, starting with giving this video a thumb up. Comment courteously below. Now, our introduction to high order thinking and mystical narrative. Just previously, like 2 months ago, I commenced posting a series of videos, high order thinking in axiomatic metaphorical statements. It's a highly interactive. It's things to do for you to develop your high order thinking capacities. And as that series goes, that is all very well described, including what is high order thinking. Just briefly here, it's the ability to think in terms of metaphors, conceptual thinking, abstract thinking, and the like. Also, it has to do with, in my opinion, I'm adding this. There is such a thing called high order thinking, and it's what I just explained. I add to that thinking in terms of more esoteric concepts. This has to do with the content rather than the methods. All right. The first explanation or description that I just went through is the capacities themselves. What are they? High order thinking capacities, aptitudes, methods, techniques, styles, whatever. All right. Okay. This has to do with the content now. Occult knowledge. High order concepts. Esoteric thinking. Like referring to, references to universal laws such as rhythm, opposites, cyclicity, analogy. And right there, in literary analogy, that's perhaps intermediate order thinking. It's not low order, and it's not quite high order, but it might fall somewhere in between. There's a level of complexity to it that requires some creative thinking in order to get its meaning. Analogies, the meaning of analogies. And creative thinking, by the way, is another high order thinking skill. Okay. So now, in high order thinking and mystical narrative, this will be a study. The specific mystical narrative is already posted here. The video is called High Order Thinking and Mystical Narrative, Lost World, New Bones. That's the name of the narrative, Lost World, New Bones. This is and I will be, the story is already here, okay? It's a story that I wrote and narrated. And it's a mystical narrative. That's what it is. So, I will now commence with, in this series, giving my commentary on the parts that contain high order thinking or involve high order thinking of both kinds that I've described here, structure and content. So, the point here is for you to get out of the story what I put into it. And there's a lot of high order thinking involved in it. There was in the writing it, and there is in the getting the meaning out of it, the full meaning. There's a good enough story just taken at its face value, but there's more in there if you know what to look for, you know how to think about it. There are places that can be interpreted metaphorically, conceptual thinking, some abstract thinking, creative thinking, and there's high order content. There are references to the absolute upon which all existence depends. There are references to the four elements plus the ether of Mother Nature, and more. So we'll go through it together. You follow along, okay? And that should help you exercise your high order thinking skills and bring forth some of its content at the same time. Well, as I said, or as I asked in the first place, activate the notification bell feature while you subscribe to the channel. Share the joy of this channel, starting with giving this video a thumb up. Comment courteously below. Again, thank you for selecting this video on high order thinking and mystical narrative. This video is followed, by the story, Lost World, New Bones. Okay, and that'll be followed with our first venture into my commentary on the story. A high order thinking commentary on the story, Lost World, New Bones. Thank you for selecting this video for the third time. This is Taranki Ramacharaka, and I'm Turk Strawman.